Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Money will never be enough for women. Money will never be enough for women. Because look, and I know somebody like, nah, that's all they want is money. That won't be enough, because if money was enough, why you have those my bad situations with women who are with a man who has money? Why do you have those situations where, yeah, a man might have all that money, but then the woman's still cheating on him? In fact, I'll put a link in the description box, and I put this link in several times, about that Contagious video that R. Kelly did with one of the Isley brothers. That dude had all the money, his woman still cheated on him. And that happens on a regular basis, because they still want something. In fact, that's something many women will do. They'll have that dual mating strategy. They'll get that man who got the resources, who's keeping the bills paid, but then cheating with somebody. And that's up to this minute. That's up to this minute. They'll have that guy taking care of all the bills and stuff. He paying everything, and then cheating with somebody else. That's why, like, when I'm doing my car videos, what do I say a lot of times? Yeah, you'll take that woman out to like some Michelin star restaurant, and she'll get that big old doggy bag, and then have you take her over to some other house, and then some other guy will get the door, and she's like, oh no, that's just my cousin. No, that ain't her cousin. She bringing in food. I'm gonna tell you what. Now, money comes in there. Money comes in there if it's a long-term relationship. If it's a long-term relationship and y'all living together, but then the money ain't really for her. The money is to pay the bills. You still gotta pay the bills. If you got money for that lifestyle or something, fine. But then women, one of the things, women, they wanna feel a certain way. They wanna be knocked out the box. They want that man that they can communicate with. And indeed, many women will have a roster for that. Many women, they'll have that one guy who's gonna spend the money man. The man gonna knock him out the box. That man who all they can do is talk with him. They might have a man just to move the furniture. Shoot. They will have multiple men for that reason. But the money, just having some money, that ain't enough. And even then, there's plenty of money men out there, they still not getting women. Now, if that's all they needed, they be, shoot, there's plenty of those money men wouldn't be by themselves. They wouldn't be lonely. They wouldn't have to pay for any of the booty. They wouldn't have to pay for it, because a woman would just get with them. They wouldn't have to have those sugar babies or something like that. And yeah, even though they get with the sugar babies, I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah, they might be paying for like her apartment or something like that. Double back one day. That's all I'm gonna say. Double back one day. It's never enough. It's never enough. Even what women say. Even you got some of these women out here saying, well, he got to have this money, this money, this money. Uh-huh. Yeah, double back home one day. Do that. Or follow around, or find out that this woman's cheating. There's not enough conversation about a woman's infidelity. If a man just needed money, man, that's all they would do. That's all he would need. He would just need to be working hard. Man, let's get off of that. It really it's been like that for decades. This ain't something new. A lot of guys want to think that's something new. They've been cheating on providers. They've been cheating on them. So, I mean, look, here's the thing. When you dealing with a woman, yeah, she got those needs, but she got those resource needs. Some of them do. Nowadays, a lot of these women, they don't even need a man's resources. They got their own resources. You got more women going to college, getting degrees, stuff like that, making a lot more than many men. So but they still need a man. They still need that energy. They still need what he's bringing. So, but here's the thing. I'm saying this, I'm sharing this because you get some men thinking, oh, if I just make some money. And you know what, let me go on a tangent real quick. If they think that's the case, how come they not out making money? If they really think that's the case, I got a real issue with that. I got a real issue with that. If you think that's the case, all you need is money, how come you're not out making the money? You know it's a bit more. You know it's a bit more. In fact, I heard of a situation, I ain't gonna say who I know, but he said he was actually getting paid to take care of some millionaires' wives. They even know, because they working too much. They working too much. They can't take care of it. They can't give that woman the time she needs. In fact, one of the things women need these days, one of the things they need is that man who's going to spend some time with them. They need a man's time. They want his attention. They want to be able to talk with him. And they definitely want him to be able to knock him out the box. They definitely want that man who's going to knock them out the box. They definitely want that. So, I mean, I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to think about that. Yeah, you want to make money. In fact, what I've always said was, you want to make money for yourself. Isn't that really impressive? Well, I don't care what women say out here. Even these women, they might get on social media or something and say, well, he got to have this or that. Knowing they getting with some guy who got some air mattress somewhere or is not making that much money. Knowing that. You just the other guy. Remember, that dual mating strategy is no joke. You got to have more. You got, hey, if you trying to get a woman out here, yeah, if you got some money, great. You better be able to make her holler. You better be able to listen to whatever her problems are. You better be able to talk to her. You better have a bit more. You gotta have a bit more. And because, and like even in, and that's always been the case. Women have always had that. Even in back in the day when supposedly women were just with those providers. Yeah, the man would go out to work, but then a guy would come right over the back fence. So look, I'm like, come on now. Come on now. Shoot. Anyway, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. Don't think, oh, well, if I get all this money, I'm gonna get these women. Well, first of all, get the money. But if you get money out here, get it for yourself. Get it so you can live the lifestyle that you want to live. That you can do the things that you want to do. All right? Because you're going to need more to impress the woman. Plus, like I said, a lot of them got their own money anyway. You want to be very careful of those women who don't have money out here. Because they not really, they ain't really got much going on for themselves. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, for right now, you know I'm going to do a car video. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.